welcome back to the channel. It's Pam, here to talk about marriage, divorce from my perspective. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to those of you who are just looking at the channel or just checking it out to seeing if you will enjoy it. Today, what we're going to talk about is marriage and divorce. I am a woman who has been married. I was married to the same man 2 times. We were married for, the first time we were married for 13, 14 years, and we got divorced for about 2.5 years. We remarried and stayed married until our oldest child was about 18, 19. we actually got divorced, have been divorced now for almost 2 years. So we were married over 20 years, okay? And the first thing I would like to say is, in a marriage, you have to know who you are. You have to not need the endorsement of someone else to know who you are. You have to know who you are. And that is important, because knowing who you are will get you to the next level of life. When you understand that you're going to make mistakes, you are going to do things that may not be acceptable to other people, but when you are in a marriage, you have to have those discussions, and you have to be able to share things that you may not like. You have to be able to share with them. As a woman, I'm just giving from my perspective as a woman, because I really can't speak from a man's point of view. I'm not a man, and I appreciate all of our men, especially our black brothers out there. I appreciate y'all, because I know that there is a huge struggle for what you all have to deal with, and then to come home and things are not well. And I don't really care who you're married to. It does not matter. There's a struggle out in the world that's different. So what I'm saying to us is, women, when we understand who we are and what our role is in these marriages, things become different. I had no idea what I was getting into when I got married. I was green, extremely. I mean, I could tell you some funny stories about it. I can tell you some things I messed up that's funny now, but when it happened and I was corrected on it, I didn't really know how to take it. It hurt my feelings. And at that point, I mean, you got to put your feelings away, because it wasn't a situation where he was trying to hurt my feelings, but trying to help me to grow. And that's a part of it. And in that, a lot of things were broken down. And when you don't heal things initially, they only get worse. The situation doesn't get better when you don't heal them. It's just like broken families. It's the same thing. A marriage, once it's broken, it's hard to get that thing back together. And for so many reasons. And our marriage started out, really well, of course. Hopefully, most of your marriages start well, because if they don't start well, I mean, how could they end? But it started well, and there were some things that happened, especially for me. I got to the point where I accepted some things that I should not have accepted. I accepted things going on, or things being said, or things being done that just should not have been accepted as a wife. And as a girlfriend, possibly. But when you know better, you do better. And with time, that actually happened, but it caused friction because, okay, if you accepted it then, why aren't you accepting it now? But you grow, and I'm hoping that with growth, other things will happen. And in my marriage, the thing was, at some point I felt words were the thing that broke me down. Words, because I always used to say, you don't understand. It's not you're not physically touching me, but the words hurt and they break me. And it's because in life, growing up, I saw things where words would hurt, or someone may have said something, and things do go back, um, to history of your life, and childhood trauma becomes adult trauma. And that's the thing that people have to understand. You got to embrace that. Trauma is trauma. I don't care if it started when you shouldn't have memories when you were 1 and 2 years old. That's trauma, in case you didn't know. It should be so good, you just don't remember, but that is called trauma. And when you have things like that in your life and you grow up, now you got adult trauma. Now it's called post-traumatic stress syndrome, okay? Yeah. So when things like that happen, you got to be able to discuss it. You got to be able to share. And it's okay for us to get some therapy. It's okay to see somebody that can talk to you and you can share with. And that was another thing that, in the marriage, I was for it. Let's do this. Let's talk about it. But the thing is, you can't start from today. Therapy don't start with today. Therapy starts with when the trauma started, because you have to start where it started so you can build. And that's the thing that will tear a marriage down, is people not realizing that you've had some trauma already, and you need to come and you need to work on that so that you can be a better person. You can be a better wife. You can be a better husband. Because when you learn where your hurt started from, you can learn how to heal the hurt. But so many times in marriages, we don't ever try to figure it out because the hurt hurts so bad that we don't want to dig deep and go in there and find that and say, okay, I had just put that so far down. I thought that I was done with it. But oh no, brothers and sisters, oh no. No, it doesn't go away. The trauma is there, and it shows up in the most unexpected times. It shows up with our babies. It shows up with our husbands, with our wives, with our family members, when we stop talking to them, when we stop sharing with them, when we stop doing things and we start to be depressed and nobody knows why. A part of that is why our families are broken. Is because none of us want to really accept that we had trauma. I had trauma. I'll be the first to say it. I had trauma. Some of that trauma affected my marriage, but in my marriage, I had more trauma, which made it worse, which made the marriage worse, which made me feel a way about my husband because of the trauma. So in that, you got to work on you, but your person got to work on them. Because if you're broken and you're in the marriage, now y'all broken. That's something that needs to be understood. Because if you married a man who is broken and you took him, now you are part of that brokenness. If he married a woman that is broken, then now he's broken, because y'all are one. And y'all in that brokenness together. So if y'all get together and say, hey, we're broken. Let's get together and let's hand in hand this to fix the brokenness, because I'm with you and you with me. And together, we're going to do this. That's what happens in marriage. That's what happened in mine. Brokenness. But you live. You keep living. You move forward. And you survive. I survived. But I knew I was broken. But I also knew what could fix me. And I moved forward. I know who I am. And I don't need the endorsement of others because I know who I am. All right, y'all. That's enough for today. We'll do this again another time. Y'all have a great one. This has been good for my soul. Hope somebody takes this information and do something with it. If you need me, I'm here. That's why I did this channel, so I could be here. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Y'all have a great one. I love y'all. Thank you so much for watching.